Alright folks, I'm Andrew Jackson here with the very beginning of the game here. I think we're just about to see the first few moves. So we'll go ahead and get the board up, and here they come. Alright, Sedol has white. I don't know if that means he won the Nagiri or Ke Jie won but had to take black. I don't know how that works. Here come the first moves. Enjoy. Hello, 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 everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. A lot of you out there. I'm Andrew Jackson. I'm joined here by Peter Nelson. Peter, you want to say hi?
Hi, I'm Peter.
That's
Um,
exactly what I asked for. A
well,
plus at following directions.
thank you. That is what I've been trained to do.
And just like that, we're off into the American educational system and other relevant topics
Uh,
for the night's game. Anyway, so we're just if y'all are watching us here, what this is this is the pre-game show, kind of the behind the scenes look. Myungwon Kim 9Dan Pro will be here at 9 o'clock p.m. Right now the time is 6 o'clock p.m. So that's 3 hours from now. We will just be bringing you the broadcast of the moves, only the moves, the whole moves. Well, not just that, because occasionally Peter and I will jump in and give you our thoughts about what's going on. Also, in a
hmm.
few hours, Iha Jin, 3Dan professional from the KBA, is going to give us a little bit of I don't know if it's learned if she's necessarily on the hook for providing learned commentary, but we are definitely going to ask her what she thinks of the game and what the
Oh
mood
yeah,
is,
oh yeah.
because she's on site at the KBA right now, where you have to imagine there's a lot of people who are pretty excited at this
I'm sure
game.
they're all working very hard at their actual jobs, and they're not being distracted at
Of
all by
course
the
not.
match.
No, no. Who? Well, see, actually, they don't.
Hmm.
They don't start. She said yesterday that they don't start watching uh, until the game, until the official broadcast actually
Oh
begins
right,
on Baduk TV.
yeah.
So, so we'll see. Anyway, so let me see here. I'll make sure we got everything set up. If it's gonna be a behind the scenes, we should at least see there your face now. You're unfortunately
Oh,
labeled
my
as Myungwon
face.
Kim. That's deeply
Oh
misleading.
wow. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Deeply
I've never
misleading.
been so complimented.
On the other hand, he does have a what was it, the hairstyle? You were commenting how you liked Sedol's hairstyle. You know, Myungwon Kim also has
Who
a
doesn't?
similarly dashing hairstyle.
Yeah.
But the real
I
question
mean,
everybody wants to know this time is, are you wearing pants tonight, Peter?
pants are confirmed. They've
Answer
been confirmed.
confirmed. Okay.
Yes, 100%.
Not to mention
Take
secret up
percent.
here. Okay, but we were looking at, what was it, G3? I think G3 was the move that looked that I've never seen it before. Have you seen G3 before?
I definitely don't remember seeing it. It struck me as odd, but I like it because, like, I think I've said a couple times now over the past couple games, I feel like Sedol does really well in games that are chaotic with weak groups and fighting and that kind of stuff. And
Right.
this definitely is shaping up to be one of those games.
Shaping up to be
Um,
Isidol's kind of game. Yeah, I've seen this. I usually have seen this at G4, right? The G3.
I don't really, I can't really say I've seen it really ever. I think I just F5 is the
Hmm.
normal one. I think that's really the only one I've seen
Right.
very much.
But again, we're
Hmm.
having a totally different game ever since O3 here. This O3 at the beginning means that we're off on a
Hmm.
totally different track than all the other ones. So it's really interesting to see what
Right.
happens. And then after this, Myungwon has talked often about why you wouldn't usually approach this corner in the upper left, that you'd want to approach the corner in the lower left instead, right? I
Hmm.
mean, he's made a point of that, and I wonder if the fact that O3 is farther away and lower, it makes the whole bottom side less interesting, which
Yeah,
makes Ke Jie approach. I definitely want to ask him. That's for sure.
yeah, that definitely could be. Because to me, to my amateur eyes, I still thought that an approach in the lower left was more important than the upper left. I
Mm,
was a little bit surprised when Black approached the upper left, but Ming, Kim Young Wan can tell us the truth.
right, right, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to having him tell us the truth. Actually, do you remember yesterday we were speculating. We were saying, well, what do you think? When Myungwon gets here, he's going to tell us how wrong we've been, right?
Mm,
What were we wrong about? Like let's see, because we seem to think that it was very, like, you and I, when we were talking in the pregame show yesterday, we were saying, "Oh, it looks like Ke Jie is ahead. It looks like you know, like Lee Sedol is already behind." But Myungwon was showing that actually Lee Sedol had a much better opening yesterday, right?
mm.
That he had essentially Tanuki'd from Ke Jie a couple times, and that Ke Jie didn't get much compensation as a result, right? Oh,
Wait, what the heck?
somebody's asking beginner questions. We can answer those. That's
Oh,
what we're here
oh
for.
no. It's
What
like
do you mean? Oh no.
someone put the wrong move on the broadcast.
Oh no.
The game tree is broken.
The
Oh,
game tree is broken.
33.
Who would do this?
I Hmm.
Hmm. Anyway, we'll get it all straightened out. That's the other reason
All
we do
right.
this behind the scenes, because sometimes we see Taijim and WBEDIC diverge, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I should pull up Taijin
Wait,
also.
what?
I
Wait, what?
remember. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so let's go
I'm at the
back and answer
mercy
that
of
question though. Someone was saying,
things.
why don't you want to approach the upper left-hand corner? So Myungwon's logic, I can channel my Myungwon and just repeat exactly what he said. Uh, Myungwon's logic was that if white plays in this corner, he encloses the corner with one move, whereas if white plays in the upper left corner, the corner in the upper left is not completely confirmed, that there's still an invasion point here. So that's why he said white would black approaches the lower left because it's easier for white to surround points. What do you think? Did I do a good job? Did that channel? Does that sound like something Young wanted to say? How'd
Uh,
I do?
I heard it in his accent.
In
That's how
his
close
accent?
you
Oh
were.
man.
Yeah.
You know, there's this parable that I heard of a monk who would enlighten people by his people would say, what's the nature of the Buddha of the Bodhidharma? And he'd hold up his finger, and people would be enlightened, and they'd go away, and they'd be like, oh wow, I see it. And while he was gone, his apprentice would sit in his place, and when people would come up and say, what's the nature of the Bodhidharma, the apprentice would hold up his thumb and say this, and people would be enlightened, and they'd walk away. And I feel like that's exactly what just happened here, where I just repeated exactly what the master said without any actual comprehension of my own. What do you
Hmm.
think?
Did you hear the one about the Buddhist who walked into a pizza parlor
No. Oh yes, I
and
did.
said,
Make
"Make
me
me
one
one
with
with
everything.
everything"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the one who went to the hot dog cart and then actually, or turned down, uh, the cashier after the cashier was trying to close out the transaction?
No,
Yeah, he said, no,
didn't
no,
hear that.
change comes from within.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
So,
Okay, so you are either a Tom Cruise clone or a Trey Anastasio clone, just by the way. I just think you
okay.
should know. The
I
internet's never
can't
wrong.
I can't seem to find
The game on
the
Taijin?
game on High Gem and and
Hmm.
hmm.
Anyway, so
Okay.
Peter Nelson is your transcriptionist this evening. He has
Yeah,
the
sorry, I'm trying to
no, it's
do
not your
multiple
fault at
things
all.
at
Actually,
once
I
and
think this is a
failing at all.
great example. I think, people don't realize what's going into putting on a show like this, and it's the fact that Kevin Huang, who was on here last night, he'll be taking over after the lunch break. Both of these guys are patiently waiting for the players to move, and when they do, he pounces. Like, they are just on top of it, and they're able to bring us these moves. Unfortunately, we are working from a relay ourselves, with the permission of the KBA, but still from a relay. So we will occasionally see these discrepancies as W. Baduk, sort of corrects the record. Uh, I got an interesting insight into this during the Changchi Cup in Boston
Mhm.
recently, where I was able to watch the guy who was transcribing the Changchi Cup games between Shojun and Shojun. Who was he playing? I can't remember. Anyway, the Changchi Cup games in Boston here, I got to
Mhm.
watch the guy transcribing it on W. Baduk. And that
Oh.
transcriptionist, he has a very different approach to, the e-journals transcriptionists, who are usually not necessarily very strong players immediately, right? They may be, double digit Q or single digit Q players. So usually they are like treating the game record like it's this venerable holy object, right? But the W Baduk transcriptionist that I was watching, he was totally like playing out variations and like
Oh.
hovering it over the board and like totally trying to
Mhm.
figure. He was very active, which I really appreciated to see him sort of actively think through it. I was totally just spying over his shoulder the whole time. But I think that might explain how this sort of stuff happens, because it may be him trying to anticipate where they're going to play and then like misclicking or something, right? Like, who knows?
I see. Huh. Yeah, I mean, oh wow, okay. Because okay, so Black had played R8 on W Baduk, but then they took it back and played C11 instead. Both of which seem like uh, natural possible moves. Oh, this is Wow.
Lee Ching Chung. That's right. Lee Chung Chung was uh, who Shoujin was playing.
Aha. Okay, so white keeps the corner, but black gets a little bit stronger on the outside. Hmm. So if black's group on the left side, the C14 group, if that gets strong enough, then white has a lot of territory, but also white has the weak group at G4. So I think maybe as Myungwon would say, black might be in attack position.
Attack position, which
Attack
always
position.
makes me think. It's the season. It always makes me think of the new Star Wars.
Yeah,
Lock
lock
your
has foils in the
foils and attack
yeah,
position. That's right, exactly.
right.
Oh my gosh! So we do have Hajin Lee in the chat. If you're listening, E Hajin, 3 down professional, is providing some. She will join us on the call here in an hour or so. Looking forward to seeing you there, Haley. Much appreciated, and also much appreciated. I'm glad you're translating what they're saying there for us. Appreciate that. Hey,
Yeah.
did you get a hold of Solomon?
He did not respond to me.
All right.
Unfortunately, uh,
Doesn't want to
let's
join
see.
our stooge collective.
Yeah. Uh, Andrew, so 우리는 uh, 한국어를 못해요.
What?
Sorry. uh, I just said we don't speak Korean.
That's right. We sure don't.
Yeah.
But don't take advantage of that, or we'll
못해요.
have to turn the chat off or something.
Yeah.
All right, we'll tell you what. Let's go back. Let's go back on break. We will interject as we come up with stuff to talk about. But thanks for joining us, everybody. You're watching the MLily Cup Finals. There's 315 of you here. I think most of y'all know what's going on, but if you are unclear, this is the final game. This is Game 5 in a best of 5 series. So whoever wins tonight will win over $300,000. And hey, it's that guy.
Ah,
Our
Oh,
our
there he
company is
is.
complete.
He's live.
He's live. Hey, by the way, just a heads up, you're live on the internet.
oh, are we doing the Three
Sorry.
Stooges once more?
You've completed us. You've made us whole, Kevin.
Huh.
You don't sound
So
overjoyed.
it looks like there was a poll in the chat, and
Uh-huh.
the Koreans were all saying black. So
Mm,
they either think black is better or worse or something else, but they were all saying black.
got it. Got it. Awesome.
For what that's worth. I'm glad, that's what you pay me for, right? The expert commentary with
The
the 4 words of Korean I can read.
deep expert commentary. You got it. This game is live, by the way. They are currently playing it in China right now. The players have 3 hours of thinking time each, so you should expect this game to go well into the night. Last night's game wrapped up around 11:30 Pacific, or 2:30 a.m. Eastern time. So settle in, make yourself comfortable, get some tea. We'll be here all night. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna get Kevin all caught up on what he missed. We'll be back with some more chat that is totally uninformed. If you can get questions to us, try and let us know. Because if
Preferably
we, what was that?
preferably in English.
Preferably in English, we would appreciate that. But we're happy to try and answer your beginner questions. That's what we're doing this here for. Myung Kim will provide his rapid fire commentary starting at 9 o'clock p.m. In the meantime, enjoy the show. because okay, so what we're coming back to right now is you guys are both seeing. We're in disbelief here, right? Nobody can believe the move that we're seeing on both Taijam and W Baduk, which is black playing G13. We figure that's crazy,
It's
right?
not
That's
possible.
crazy.
That's going to be a transcription mistake.
It's got to be a transcription mistake. Do you want to go ahead and go ahead and well, tell you what, I'll put it on the demo board here, and people can
Well,
all
the tree
laugh
is already ruined, so who cares?
because
It's
this
just
is.
4 points.
But like, this is crazy, right? This is just lunacy. There is no way. It's just
It's
4
just
points, but
4
they're cutting
points.
stones. This can't be.
What are
This
they
can't
cutting?
be. What are
No,
they? What do you
white's
mean? What are they
only
cutting?
Black's 2 weak groups?
Like, this can't be.
No, black
For
only has
real.
1 weak group. If white tries and take those 2 black stones, he can connect.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I don't think he can connect
are
in
we
one
live?
round.
I don't believe it. I'm not gonna believe it until we see some more. G13 seems impossible. G15 seems like the only move.
I think this is the move.
G13 for
Yeah.
real? You really think G13?
I mean, I could see G13 or maybe F15, I guess, if you really want to keep the liberties tight on those 2 stones. But
Right.
It's another 2 moves to take it.
This is
no, it's just one
ridiculous.
move to take it.
All right, we'll come back once we've picked our jaws up off the floor. We're not going anywhere. Just keep watching, and we'll figure out what really happened here.
Like,
All right, fine. We'll broadcast this. That's fine. But we're just
I think
arguing
it's an
over
interesting
here.
talk, but it makes for interesting content.
I mean, yeah. Well, so we're live, and Peter and I are
guys.
both stunned. I think we really like White now, and Kevin's like, this is fine. This is okay. I think White can jump, right? White can go ahead and jump to H17 without it being any trouble.
What's H17? Oh, I mean, he's scooping out the upper.
Yeah, well, I mean,
For
like,
more
what did
territory?
Black get for all those stones? It seems like he's got nothing for those stones, right?
Black has
Well,
a
I
more
think-
secure group. Black
Wait,
also has the peep to take those 2 stones back. That's
Yeah.
something. That's Aji.
I guess.
And it's a low position on the top. They're both on the 3rd line.
But so if those 2 stones actually come off the board, then White can look to cut.
This is crazy.
Or am I wrong?
Like,
Maybe I'm wrong.
all of these stones here are just not doing anything on the left side. I mean, Black gets this great wall, but if White just jumps out here, it seems like that wall is not doing that much. I guess the invasion point on the right at R12 is a big thing here, right? Anyway, thanks for
You
joining
use
us.
all these coordinates, and I
Let me
need to like.
do. Yeah, that's right. I'm using the coordinates, making things tough. I'm Andrew Jackson. Joining me is Kevin Huang, who you see on your screen right now, and Peter Nelson. They're your transcriptionists this evening. We are your strictly amateur hosts, as we we try and figure out what's going on and come up with some interesting questions, at least from Myungwon. Because as you can tell, we have some dissension in the ranks. There's some argument. Right, this has to be good for White, right?
Well, okay, so let's think about this another way. Now White's 3 stones at the bottom, they no longer really have anywhere to run.
Right.
They only have enemies. Like, White used to be able to just run up, but now that's kind of closed. Okay, but Sedol says,
White's solidifying position even more.
catch me if you can.
Wow. I guess
So-
he's playing very far away from that thickness, huh?
This almost feels like a replay of yesterday's game.
But
Wait,
it's
what-
kind of
what?
switched,
Like-
right?
It's slightly switched, yes, but it has those feelings.
Huh.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
and then
don't-
Black is starting the attack. It's another bloody game.
Wow. Wow.
Because
I mean-
it seems like the story of the last couple nights has been Ke Jie kind of forces Sedol to attack him, but then this is kind of the opposite, right? Where now Sedol is way ahead on cash, but he's got the weak group that he has to handle.
He has to be ahead on cash now. Do you guys have a count?
Oh wow, we're at 468 people.
Let's
Do you
see.
guys have a count? Let's see. So what? 25 on the bottom. Another. All right.
I'll count white.
Betting is off the chain right now.
Is that the technical term? Off the chain.
I mean, would you say 100% black be off the chain?
What? Where are you? You must be in the China 1 or China 2 server on
There's a
Kaijim, huh?
strong possibility, isn't it? Am I? I thought I was in oil.
So I have my count for white.
Okay,
Not
what do you
very
have for white?
scientific, though. I'm gonna say 41
41
plus Comey.
plus Comey. Well, that actually seems. I guess black still is.
I counted 18 in the upper left,
Mhm.
13 on the left / bottom leftish, and then
Uh-huh.
I just gave white 10 for the right side. I don't know, not very scientific.
Yeah, it's kind of that's definitely the big question mark, right? But the upper left and the left side
Yeah.
we can count.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how do you guys feel about the? It feels like black has cash and white, as Hudgen put it, wishful thinking again.
No. That
Or wait, the opposite?
there were some people who I think misinterpreted Hajin's remark. Where earlier, it was yesterday, people asked if they were betting on Ke Jie or Sedol, and they said wishful thinking was Sedol, but the pragmatic people were betting on Ke Jie.
Oh, is that
And-
what?
But that was all before the game started. Once the stones start hitting the board, all of that preamble just goes right out the window, and you have to grapple with the new realities of each move, right? So I'm just saying, it's not just wishful thinking for what's going on here.
Oh, I thought they were referencing the territories and stuff like that, styles
Crazy.
in the game.
This is crazy. This game, I'm looking forward to see what happens here. But there's no question, Ke Jie is in attack
Let's
position.
see how we got here. I should probably understand.
All right,
the
we're gonna
game.
go back. We're gonna go off camera, go back to just the game record. Don't go anywhere.
Take care, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have just crossed the 500 viewer mark. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Andrew Jackson, Peter Nelson, Kevin Huang. This is incredible. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what happens. So the next goal is we got to get 1,000 people in here. Is that right?
Yeah.
And once
And
we
after
cross
that,
1,000,
over
we're
9,000.
going to. Well, Peter may or may not be wearing pants already. So I guess we'll see what
Pants
happens.
were confirmed earlier in the night.
We
No,
did
the next
confirm
goal after
pants,
that
for
would
sure.
be 9,000 because
We did
everyone wants to say we're over 9,000.
It would be pretty great if we got over 9,000, but
I don't. That's
let's
impressive.
keep things reasonable.
Can we
Thank
talk
you all
about
for
the
making
game?
this possible. It's great to see you
not
out
yet.
there. Man, this looks good for black. It seems like white has to protect on the right, right? Peter?
See,
No.
actually, well,
No way.
lower right is still slightly open.
You don't think so?
That's true. Okay, I forgot that lower right, even though because it's a large knight's enclosure, it's a little open, and then the fact of the two black stones.
Right, what am I
I
doing
think
here?
white's gonna do something
Can't
really
do both things at
crazy.
once. You think white's gonna do something really crazy? Like what? Oh, you know what I'm doing? The camera there isn't actually mirrored, so I have this whole thing backwards. Alright, we're gonna do this off camera. Bye!
What? What are we doing off camera?
All right, all right, all right. Thank you for your patience. This is getting a little out of control. So Peter, you were about to tell us what you think the obvious next move is.
The obvious next move
Yeah.
is Black is going to react locally to
You think so?
White's 04. Yeah.
Oh, I so hope
No.
Tanuki's. But
So
it
I don't
seems like
want.
he has to, right?
Yeah. So I don't want to brag, but before White played 04, I said that Isidol, he'd come up with a move that would dazzle us. And
Eh,
there, he put it down on the board, and I just immediately, I burst into tears. Like, this is
Really,
exactly the move we were waiting for.
really. Is
Yes.
it enlightenment? Is that what this is?
Gorgeous.
Is this?
Oh, it's perfect. My ears went full purple. It skipped
Full
straight
purple. It wasn't
past
even
that.
an ear-reddening move. Though, you know, it does seem like. So I wouldn't have come up with that as the point to invade, right?
Neither would I. Yeah.
Can
I
he
think it
just
makes
draw
things
back with P3? It may not be
Yeah,
an
he pulls
invasion. It may
back.
just be a
He pulls
reduction.
back.
Interesting. You
Right.
said, what if Black just draws back with P3?
He pulls back.
And then he pulls back. 9-down
And
pro.
then he did.
The future
Wow.
9-down pro right here. Oh man! But so if you're just joining us, by the way, this is Sedol versus Ke Jie, the final game in the series. It is tied up 2-2. The winner of this game walks away with over $300,000 US, not to mention an international title. If the winner tonight is Sedol, that would mark his 19th international title. Plus, he's got a ton of domestic ones. If it's Ke Jie, however, it would be only his third title. Part of that difference is their different ages. Sedol is at the ripe old age of 32, which happens to be your transcriptionist's ages as well, or at least mine. You're not 32. Are you older? Younger?
Kevin, I'm younger. I thought Kevin was younger than me. He
Oh.
I'm the
seems
same
pretty
age
young
as
to me.
Andrew.
Well, anyway, I'm Lee
Oh,
Sedol's
really?
age, and if
Oh,
Lee
okay.
Sedol can win an international tournament at my
Quite
age, it gives me
extended, by the
hope.
way.
Gives me hope.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Ke Jie is only 18. 19? 18. I think he's 19. And he
I think
has,
Mark
you know,
said 18 yesterday.
18. There
Yeah.
you go.
But anyway, I remember I did the math recently, and
You did the
Isidol has been a pro longer than Ke Jie has been alive.
What?
That's
He became one dan pro when he was 12 years old, so he's been a pro
Ooh.
for 20 years now, and Ke Jie is still in his teens.
still in his teens. That tells you what you need to know about why the difference in the number of titles is so extreme. So if you want to see what the statistics look like right now, Ke Jie actually he is the rising star, no question. He is ranked number 1 in the world according to GoRatings.org, which is a cross. It's a rating algorithm implemented by Remy Coulomb, who is a French researcher, and Lee Sedol is ranked 6th according to that, but he is actually ranked number 2 according to the Korean Baduk Association. So that's where we're getting these numbers from. And of course, you can see the different performances there. Ke Jie's 2015 performance with 73 wins and 18 losses is just absurd. He has been unstoppable. And Ke Jie played Sedol in the Samsung Cup a few months back and swept him 2-0. So the fact that this has gone to Game 5 is just it's all we could hope for. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
All we could hope for. So, oh man.
So weird.
So it seems like Black played S16 a few moves ago, which is just calm, standard move to take, solidify the corner,
Right.
take his territory. And then it seems like with 014, White was inviting some action, but Black says, I don't want action. He just
You mean 04
calmly
with
takes-
04? He's inviting some.
04, yeah. 04.
Oh man.
But Black doesn't want to fight. Black is content to just take
take
second
his
line
cash.
territory. And it kind of looks like the center is becoming very white at this point.
Giving White Sente at this point, it seems really dangerous, right? It seems like he could really build up something.
How much
Something
territory
huge.
do you think he can make in the center, though? Black has that group facing the center.
That's true.
That's a good point. He does have all that thickness from that sacrifice at G13 that we saw at the that prompted our outrage. So we're all amateurs here, by the way. It is 7:00 p.m. Pacific. In 2 hours, Myungwon Kim, 9-dan professional, one of the few people on planet Earth with a winning record against Lee Sedol, will be providing commentary. I'm really looking forward to that. His commentary last night was pretty incredible because that game was a little absurd. If you didn't catch it, it's in the archives. If you want to get some more of this stuff, by the way, also it looks like we're kind of losing control. If you would please keep the chat on point, on target. Moderators will be applying the ban hammer as liberally as necessary. So keep it fun and keep it respectful. And
How many viewers are we? I
We're-
see 976 watching right now.
we might cross 1,000. And at 1,000, what did we say we would do at 1,000? Because we are in.
What did you say you would do it?
Oh.
I didn't say anything.
I promise nothing.
Oh my gosh! Look at what's happening. It's technical difficulties. We'll be right back. Hello, hello, hello. We are coming back here. This looks like more than Ke Jie can endure, right? He has to start a fight here. What do you think, Peter?
I think we're about to see some fireworks with L3. Huh.
With L3? Well,
So,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. L3 has to be more than Black can possibly. So if you're just joining us here, if you're trying to keep up in the chat, that's going to be kind of tough. But this is the final game of the MLily Cup. It is a game they're playing. The grand prize is over $300,000. The winner tonight walks away a much, much, much richer man. On the other hand, the consolation prize for the runner-up is I think it's something like 60K, 70K US dollars. That's not bad work for losing a Go game. I mean, shoot, I'd lose a Go game for that much money. Question. So I'm Andrew Jackson. We'll be joined by actual professional commentators here in a little while. But in the meantime, you've got the Three Stooges, myself, Peter Nelson, who's AGA 6 Dan, and you've got Kevin Huang, AGA 4 Dan, and interviewer par excellence. You see him at Go Talk. we also are having trouble just this is a little bit more than we bargained for here. It's great to see everybody here. We're so flattered you're here. Apparently there was a story on us on chosun.com which emphasized what's going on. The players are currently still playing at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific. In other words, in another 45 minutes the players will break for lunch, and we're going to go ahead and down the stream for a little while the players are on their lunch break, and we'll come back. It'll be a different stream with a different video, make things easier. That might also thin out the stream, but we'll also see if we can maybe get that announcement done in Korean. Not sure. So we'll see what's going on. But I hope you're having fun.
okay.
Wow. What do you think?
So White gave that up really easily, but in exchange got more influence. Like the influence is more secure now, and Sente again. Huh. But that he kind of just donated 10 points.
It was a big donation. He's got to be making more in return. What do you think? What do you think he plays now? Something on the right? Is it something around the top? Maybe around P14?
Well, I still think P14 is the really important move, because if White plays it, P14. Then the center gets a lot bigger for White.
What about O14 instead?
I don't know. That seems
too far
awkward.
Away.
Yeah, then White already has a weakness at R12, so with the 2-space jump, it's like double weakness. Maybe it's too thin. White shape will be too thin.
I kind of, maybe something, because it seems like White should go after something really big. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe attach at P16.
Please keep the chat cool and respectful. By the way, we have a couple folks who have Korean, who speak Korean and are trying to moderate the chat, but at this point, it's going to be hard to keep up. So just relax, go with the flow. Don't worry about it. If you want to also find us, you can find us on twitch.tv as well, at USGO Web, which also has a whisper function that we can see what's going on there. In the meantime, though, it's pretty great. We are hitting the front page of YouTube Gaming without any trouble at all. And we are really flattered to have you all here. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, 정말 감사합니다.
There you go. That's right. That's right.
White played another move.
White played another move too.
Okay. So interesting, because that's okay. So like P14 would be like really aggressive, or like not aggressive, but like that's trying to take the whole center. And
this
Q12,
is much more relaxing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Seems like both
White's
players
done poking Black.
Yeah, it's like both players seem content with where the game is, and they're not doing anything crazy. They're happy to just kind of take their stuff. I wonder if the nerves are getting to them a little bit, because they're both like risk averse.
Well, I don't think they're risk averse so much as they want to fight on their circumstance. Like, you want to fight on your terms, right? I mean, maybe they're risk averse. But I mean, think who you're just calling. He said, "Oh, did you remember the game 4?" Right? That was not risk averse. He said, "Oh, that was crazy in the end of the game last week." If you didn't see it, it is pretty incredible. The archives are available on YouTube. You can see the end of the game. It was knuckle biter. edge of my seats, the whole 9 yards. I couldn't believe what happened. Apparently, in the last game, Isedol missed a chance to make an exchange when he could have made the exchange in Sente, and because he didn't make that exchange, there was a ko left over in the bottom left, which meant that he had this like knife, like right at his throat. He had to play very carefully, but he was able to, at the very last minute, be able to get a key exchange in, and it was just a great game. If you guys watched that, if you missed it last night, definitely check it out. It was incredible. Myeonwon's commentary, as always, was very illuminating. It wouldn't have been possible otherwise. Now that is a move right there by Black.
I like it.
Oh, here we go. Wow, the moves are just
Bam,
hanging.
bam, bam, bam. Huh.
Okay, so there
that
is
thickness
a
is
weakness
facing
now.
White's potential. So White's gonna have to do. We're gonna see more violence.
Well,
Which is great.
there's that cut hanging out there, right? It seems like White can use the Aji of that cut to surround a lot of points. You do something like floating out in space, like L12. This is like ear-reddening move territory right here, right? Where you want a move that both threatens the
Too
cut.
obvious now.
You want a move that threatens the cut. You want a move that aims to invade on the top, and you want a move that expands the framework on the right, right?
Well, I mean, can White just cut immediately, or is it too soon?
Well, I mean, yeah, it might be too soon, but what if you play
Maybe.
something like L13, right, or something that obviously helps the cut, but also like sketches out this enormous territory?
Well, there is that proverb, "Don't peep when you can cut."
But is that a peep if it's so far away?
I don't know. It is kind of inviting Black to fix the weakness,
Right.
though. It might. So I feel like that might be getting into thank you move territory, where Black is kind of grateful.
Excited to be able to just
Maybe.
protect and have no.
Regardless, Black just made a really strong shape on the top side. It looks like Black just picked up 20
Totally.
points on the
Totally.
top.
Easy.
Huh.
Question.
So now I wonder if White's going to do something aggressive, like maybe N16.
Hey,
Oh,
I
no.
would do that.
It is the cut right away. Interesting. Wow.
It just cuts right away. Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
And Black does have a weak group now. And with the E15 and E16 stones removed, there's no shortage of liberties
For
on White's group anymore. So it looks like there's maybe some cut Aji around E12.
Hey Solomon, are you actually don't say anything, but Solomon, if you want to go ahead and focus on the folks who are talking politics in the chat, that would be a-okay with me. Wow. Okay, and we are officially number 3 on YouTube Gaming right now. Thank you, everybody. If you are joining us from YouTube Gaming, you don't know what this is. This game is called Go. You can check out the rules and learn some tutorials if you Google the interactive way to go. We would post a link in the chat, but it might be hard to find. Either way, this is the grand finals of a major international tournament. The rising Chinese star against the venerable Korean legend. This is get interesting.
Game 5, it's tied at 2-2.
Game 5,
so
tied
this
2-2.
is the
Thank you.
deciding match.
Am I forgetting anything? There's so much going on. Phew. All right, and if you would like to stick around, in 40 minutes the players will break for lunch. We'll still be here. And at 9 o'clock p.m., Youngwon Kim, 9-dan professional from the Korean Baduk Association, is going to be joining us. Wow, those moves went down in a hurry. Man. See, don't you wish you'd prepared ahead of time with something like, I don't know, L13 or L12?
But if you play that, you never get a chance to cut.
Yeah, but who needs to cut if you make all the territory in the middle?
They're not gonna make all the territory there, dude.
If he wanted to make all the territory in the middle, he might not have played Q12.
That's a good
I
point.
don't know. But
well, no, I think you'd want to play Q12 first because it gets rid of that invasion point. With S16 sitting up there, it'd be hard to completely protect the invasion point here at R12, right?
But this looks really bad to me, though, for White.
For
it looks
White?
like, yeah.
Well, also, in a few minutes, we'll have Lee Ha-jin, 3-dan pro from the KBA. She'll be joining us and giving us this story, a live report. She's our senior KBA correspondent. bringing it live from the KBA office building, which will be able to tell us what the mood is there, and hopefully give us some folks' opinion. This is getting out of control. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back in a minute. That's what we're about to do. Hello, everybody. I'm Andrew Jackson, and with me is Peter Nelson and Kevin Huang.
Hello.
Hi guys.
And,
안녕하세요.
Hello.
and we're glad to have you all here. We did see one question in the chat fly by, and we wanted to try and do our best to answer it because it was provoking some debate. The question was, how is White going to get enough from this cut that he started? Because he gave away a lot of territory on the top. He's given away a bunch of territory with, inducing L16 and M16. And my answer to that question was that he's going to try and attack the group in the middle and turn that whole right side into territory. That's my understanding of what White is hoping to gain. Peter, who's a little bit stronger than I am, said, well, that seems impossible. What did you say? You said, I don't see how that can happen. Right?
So here's my analysis for what it's worth, just lowly amateur. White gave away 20 points on top, like from G17 to O17 is now pure cash. It's like 20 points almost.
Right.
And 10 points on the bottom, losing the L3 stone. So basically, the territory was relatively close, and then White gave away 30 points. So now White has to make 30 points in the center at least just to get it back to even.
That's right.
And Black's group isn't really that weak.
It's not really like it's in that much danger, but maybe when Myungwon gets here, he'll tell us about, some crazy aji of the cut or something that actually made Black's group vulnerable. It seems like right now, those two moves we just saw that you just put down, it seems like that gives White a free hand to solidify the center territory now, right?
Right.
So it seems...
Black spends a couple of turns here making these slow kind of dame-ish moves. Like
these two
F10.
moves right here on E10 and F10?
Yeah, so now the Black center group on the left is feeling a lot more secure, but White gets another move to close off the center, so maybe we'll see K10.
Right, the K10, you like K10? Oh,
It seems
Tengen,
like a good...
Tengen's such a bold move. What about something like M14 or something to reinforce on top, maybe N14?
N14.
I did ask my teacher her opinion of this game. She has no idea.
She has no idea. Your teacher, by the way, is Jenny Shen, Tudan professional from the Zhongguo Qiwan, right?
Yes.
Man.
I was avoiding her name for a second, but sure.
You were avoiding what?
Announcing her name, but sure.
Oh, well.
I thought you were laughing at Andrew's pronunciation.
Oh, that I can take.
I thought he was totally laughing at my pronunciation too. By the way, with the Three Stooges,
that's what I was laughing at.
With the Three Stooges, we'll have Iha Jin, 3-Dan Pro from the KBA. She's going to give us her thoughts on the game in a few seconds. Maybe minutes, a few minutes. Don't hold me 2 seconds. Myungwon will be here in an hour and a half. The players will go on lunch break in half an hour, and maybe things will settle down. Maybe they won't. Things will be what they will be here. So thanks for joining us. I'm eagerly awaiting this next move. I think this is going to be... The contours are all set here, so how does White make up for those 30 points?
Well, I think K10 is definitely a start, but then it does kind of leave the 3 stones like H14. Those can still be cut pretty easily. That'd be like another 10 points for
Black. But when we're talking about 30 points either way, a few points here or there, whatever, right?
That must be Sedol's attitude.
It's totally, whatever. That's right. Exactly.
I have some points here, some points there. It's all good.
It would be pretty nice if you could approach a game where you're playing for $300,000 with an whatever kind of attitude. But I don't know how if I would be able to do such a thing.
He's probably done well enough for himself by now that 300,000 is probably not insignificant, but probably not life changing.
So we are doing our best to try and pull out the beginner questions from the chat right now. We'll leave the more advanced questions to when Myungwon gets here. However, if we don't see your chat, your question, please don't blame us. We're doing the best we can. Be gentle in it.
Especially if it's in Korean, because we don't read Korean very well.
Not so well. But we are glad to have you, and we're really pleased you're joining us. If you'd like to help, see more of this stuff, you can subscribe to the AGA. You can subscribe to this channel. You can sign up for the AGA's e-journal. So So don't miss it. We've got lots going on. Phew. All right, ready to take another break? We'll take a quick break here, and when we come back, we'll hopefully have Ihajin. But she's taking her lunch break right now. She's in Korea, so she's on lunch break, and we'll see how that works. Back in a bit. All right. Well, hello everybody. Who I have on the call right now is a very special guest. You all know her as Haylee, and if you don't yet know her as Haylee, you should totally go check out her YouTube channel. This is Ke Jie, 3-dan professional from the Korean Baduk Association. You want to welcome? Great to have you here.
Hello. It's great to be here as well.
Is
Thank
it
you
working?
for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah, is it working? I
Is it
mean,
working?
I don't see the cameras on the
Oh, well, you're
Oh,
there.
there's
I
a
on the
delay.
screen.
There's a
Yeah,
delay.
there's a little bit of a
Yeah.
delay before you show up. Anyway, you're here though,
I see.
and I think
Okay.
folks will be able to hear you.
All right. That's good. So, the
So,
game.
yeah, what do you think?
I couldn't sleep last night. I was so excited about
Oh
this game.
man, wasn't last night just a that was just a thrill ride the whole way.
I know. Yes.
So did you watch the whole game?
Yesterday, of course, I
Yeah,
did.
the whole game.
I couldn't do anything else. I mean, I was trying to focus on my work, but then I was so distracted. And then I was so happy that Isedol finally won.
That's right. And so we get game 5, which is what I mean, I'll be honest, that's what I was really looking forward
Hmm.
to. Game 5.
Yes. What
Oh
about
man.
game five?
It's what I wanted
Yeah.
to see. And now
Yeah, of course. Yes.
now that we're here, now I have to actually pick a side for who to root for.
Yes.
So what side do you pick?
Me? I
Yeah,
have to
you.
go for the guy who's 32 years old. I just
Yeah.
have to. If he can do great things at age 32, there's still hope for me.
I think all of us senior citizens would make us feel a lot better if we saw someone a little
That's
bit
right.
older.
That's right.
Oh, come on. 30 is not senior.
Aren't you like barely out of? Aren't you a young whippersnapper here?
Uh,
So when did
I'll be.
you go pro, Hajin?
In 2004, I was 16.
So
Yes.
you've been pro for 11 years?
Yes, I guess.
Oh, hey, we should do.
It's been a while. Yes.
We should make sure everybody has an idea what's going on. This is the MLily Cup Finals. They're playing for over $300,000. On the line with me right now is Korean professional Lee Ha-jin, 3-dan pro. Do you want to say anything to the folks who are watching? We have a ton of folks watching from Korea.
Oh, yeah. In Korean, you mean?
If you'd like, I mean.
yeah.
Because Peter tried to say hello, but I think they laughed at his.
Well, yeah, I said 정말 감사합니다 because we're very grateful
Yes.
that they watch, but I don't know much else.
What do you want to say? Like, if you could pick.
Well, you could say you just say hello and ask them to be on their good behavior.
Sure. 안녕하세요. 저는 프로기사 이하진 3단입니다. 우선 여기 유튜브에 바둑 보러 와주셔서 감사하고요. 여기는 우선 이제 전 세계에서 바둑을 보는 곳이니까 채팅도 좀 자제 좀 이렇게 정중하게 잘
I'm gonna nod
해주셨으면
seriously,
좋겠고요.
like I.
가능하면 또 영어로 말씀해 주시면 또 감사드리고요.
Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Yeah,
So
thank
is
you.
is that gonna bring things back under control over there?
We'll see.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to say. I mean, I tried to tell them that you should be more polite.
Well, most of them. Let's be. Most of them have been very polite. There have been a couple folks who have been not as polite, but that's what's gonna happen when you have 2,500 people trying to.
Right.
I was 13 years old once too.
Wow,
So.
Peter,
Did
you're
you?
very loud.
Oh, sorry.
Ever have this high number of live viewers before?
Yeah, I think we had a story run on Chosun, chosun.com.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Probably that's why.
Might have something to do with it. Oh man.
Yes.
So what do you think of the game right now? What's happening in this one? Who do you like? Who do you like better? While we're on the subject.
So it's very difficult to say. The game's still complicated.
Right.
But it seems like the Korean commentators seem to think the game's slightly better for Black because Black has more points.
So the cash lead is better than White's potential.
Yes, before they were saying opening is quite even,
Hmm.
but then black got some good territory on the upper side.
Sure.
So that's where black got ahead. But you can see that white is trying to attack the black's group, which is not 100% alive yet.
Still.
And white has a good like right side center.
Uh huh.
Yeah, that's very good potential. So
Wow.
we will see.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it develops. That's right. And I think we only have about
Yes.
10 minutes until they break for lunch, right?
Yes, that's
So I
correct.
I gotta ask, how much work got done at the office yesterday? Right? You
Like
so
in general.
in general, were people a little bit like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'll get that report to you tomorrow, boss."
Well, more important things were done when Isedol won
Oh
because
yeah.
that really helps us.
Did they
Yes,
really have a party? Did
Mm.
everybody?
right. Especially like Paduk TV is
Right.
having really good like viewership.
Well, I mean, I
Yeah,
have
thanks
some
goodness.
idea. We're
Yes,
we're having some pretty good viewership
that's
here as
right.
well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So there are millions of people watching this worldwide. If you are one of the folks watching this and you're wondering what it is, this is this championship match right here between China and Korea audiences. There are millions worldwide watching. If you're choosing to watch it here with us, we really appreciate it. Um, oh man, and it looks like we're going to be in for a heck of a game so far. It seems also like white gave away a lot of territory along the bottom as well, right? He ex-
Yes, at
he
the bottom and the upper side.
Right. He basically he exchanged what was it? He got M7, right? Basically as an exchange for L5. Sorry, maybe that's not as clear. He got
Mm,
the knight's move in the middle of the board coming off of that.
right. Yes.
Hmm. Oh. Ooh. I don't know if that was a.
Let's see. Hmm. Hajin, do you think there's still
Yes.
any life and death problem for Black's group in the middle, like the middle left side?
It's probably safe enough when
Huh.
we are talking about life and death.
Mm-hmm.
It's we can safely say there's no concern in that, but still there will be some forcing moves from white side,
Right.
and that can solidify the center,
Hmm.
and that can lead to some points.
Do we know how many points white needs in the center?
That I'm not sure. Because that also depends on like how many points black gets while white is making territory in the center.
Hmm.
So we'll have to see.
All right. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing us what's going on there. And are there folks already like accumulating in the break room? How many folks have asked you? Because you can see the TV from where you sit. How many folks have asked you how the game's going? A dozen?
You mean at the office?
Yeah, at the office.
Yeah, actually, only about twice this morning.
Oh yeah.
Mm. Because I think they know that the game will be still in the opening.
Got it.
Yes.
Although
You
it
know,
seems.
yeah.
No, you first. Go ahead.
These KBA people, they mostly been working here for years, and then they know that it's not their first time to have big final.
Uh,
Yeah, but this is Lee Sedol versus Ke Jie. This is game. I guess the show
Yeah.
must go on,
Yep,
and work
that's
must be
true.
done.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Well, Black just took Tengen here, breaking into the center, and sort of inviting a cut, huh?
Right. Now this is the kind of situation White will have to be very careful
Mm-hmm.
because White needs to gain something,
Right.
and that's usually difficult thing.
Has to get something in. Well,
Right. But this is fun.
this is fun. I'm really looking forward to
Yeah.
seeing what happens here.
Right.
If you had anything to say um,
Yes.
to the folks watching who are maybe watching an English performance for the first time, do you want to say anything about uh,
Hmm.
Go worldwide or maybe the work that you're doing for the IGF? Korean Lee Ha-jin here is also the Secretary General of the International Go Federation. Although if you didn't know that, they may not even know there is an IGF. Want to make any announcements or say anything like that? You can go ahead. You've got anonymous. Go for it.
Okay. So, hi everyone. This is Hajin, and I'm working for the International Go Federation.
I thought you
And
might
this,
want to say it in Korean.
oh,
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, I thought you meant in English.
Oh no, the English. Everybody in the English Go world
Yeah,
knows you.
everyone knows Haley.
Everyone knows Haylee.
Yeah.
Um, no, let's not do that because we are here to serve English speaking audience, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And this Korean audience is not being very polite
Oh yeah.
overall.
Oh.
Oh, that's disappointing. Hmm. Well, what can you do? We've been trying to ban as fast as we can, but there's just too many. We can't keep up.
Right.
Even if we did know what to ban. But I think we are having a good time. It's great
Yes.
to see it so popular. I think we've hit the top, nearly the top slot on YouTube Gaming.
Yes.
Crazy. So, do you think? Do you have any plans to do more Go videos yourself? Are you going to be continuing your series in the new year?
Sure. I have this special match coming on January 10th,
Mm-hmm.
but that won't be my broadcasting. I
Oh, that's right. We'll
think, yes,
broadcast it
Steve.
here, actually. Yeah, we'll do a match between you and Antti Tormanen, the
Right.
new professional from the Nihon Kien.
Right.
Also happening this week is the AGA professional qualifier tournament.
Mhm.
Did you see any of the games from there?
I saw the results.
The results, right?
I saw Aaron was having 3 wins.
Yeah, he's on 3 wins. And did he just lose? Did you say?
Sorry? No, I saw he had 3 wins and no loss.
Hmm. Well, this is there's actually a fourth. That was the fourth round was being played right when this game started. So I don't
Oh, I
know the
see.
results of the fourth game, but he is the only one on 3 wins. Eric Louis had a real upset loss. Sarah Yu managed to
Mhm.
edge him out by a half point. It was apparently a real
Mm,
nail biter.
wow. Yeah, she must be very strong.
I
She's coming to China to play at the IMSA Elite Mind Games
oh,
in February.
is the IGF helping organize that?
Yes.
Great. So is she studying with Feng Yun? Is she one of Feng Yun's students?
I don't know. Is she? I heard she's Canadian.
Hmm. It looks like I'm seeing in the chat that actually Aaron lost. So if he's at 3-1, it's going to be a wide open field. And if Sarah
Wow.
Yu beat Eric Louis, that's an impressive feat. I think that Ben Lockhart got off to a rough start, but he did beat Sarah, which means that it should be a
Hmm.
very interesting
Mhm.
race for the
Right.
top. And of course, the way that the AGA's professional qualifier tournament works is it's um, a round
Hmm.
robin tournament where everybody plays everyone else to figure out the seeding for what is then a double elimination tournament where all
Hmm.
of the matches are best 2 out of 3 or best 3 out of 5,
Right.
which is a great format. They get to play so many games, and I think we're looking to see if we can get that broadcast set up. There's been some problems with the hotel internet connection.
Right. I found something interesting last time, by the way,
Hmm,
that in best of 3 or best of 5, it's not like starting from zero, but you like reflect the previous result.
that's right.
Is
So
that correct? Yes.
yeah, it's a little weird, I guess. But it's always so hard to explain it. So to see if what I
Mm,
can do. So it's a best 2 out of 3, but the result from the round robin already applies. So if you'd already beat
right.
them in the round robin, you only need to win one
Mm-hmm.
more to continue. But if you lost in
That's
the
right.
round robin, we really want to make sure that you don't just
Mm.
that 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 you don't get through on a fluke. So you have to win 2 in a row.
Mm.
Say no, I have the right to go on to the next round.
That's right. Yes.
All right. So don't feed the trolls. Just if you're watching, remember. We're
Oh,
waiting.
yeah.
Go ahead.
It seems like the player just went to the lunch break.
They just went on their lunch break.
Okay.
Yes.
All right,
So
that's good to know.
Isidol wanted to have extra time over the lunch to think about this. There should be some very complicated variations after this.
Right.
Yes.
Of course, I'm such a bad player. I'm just looking at K11 and L10 and just trying to make territory. Just those can't be right, right? Those such bad form. So think of anything other than
Um.
those. So here's a question for you, Hajin. When you're playing a game, do you ever get like tunnel vision where you look at a move and even though you know you shouldn't play it or you've read it out and you've decided you shouldn't play it, your eye keeps seeing it and you can't not see it? Does that ever
Yes.
happen?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Totally. How do you know that so well?
Oh, because it keeps happening. Only mine, I keep seeing all the really bad moves.
Yes. It's so hard to like get rid of them. You know those like not working moves.
You keep being like, oh, but maybe, oh, and it still doesn't work. Oh, but maybe,
Right.
oh,
Right.
and it still doesn't work.
Yes. Especially when you have enough time to think about different options. You
Hmm.
keep coming back to these not working variations and then still hoping maybe there's something else.
Oh man. So do you want to make any predictions for the next move?
Ah.
Here, I'll go first. I'll go first to get to be wrong.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
say M10.
Oh,
M10. Nice pick.
It looks like a nice big square. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Um
Just
my prediction,
give us your top three.
okay. I feel like this could be a good timing for some probing moves.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe something like D13?
Something like E13,
D13.
D13.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay, and another question. What makes you think this is the right time for a good probing move?
Oh, because Black's Knight's move that just played has some weaknesses.
Right?
But like if you start having the forcing moves right away, you
Right?
lose your options. So
Hmm.
before making any decisions, you can like poke the other places.
You want to see which way they're going to dodge before you decide what is important.
Right.
Is that kind of what? Right,
Something
maybe not.
like that.
Something like that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this might be a good time to see a forcing move. After he gets that forcing exchange, what do you think he'll be deciding between?
Mm, um, that's difficult.
Do you hear all those mouse clicks in the background, by the way? Those are all of our admins trying to ban people as fast as they can. Oh,
Wow.
so hard. They're
to,
working.
I need to channel my StarCraft 300 APM.
That's right. There you go.
Hey, do you see that we are approaching 3,000?
I see that we have crossed 3,000.
Oh,
If we
Are
get
we
really?
really?
yeah, if we get over 9,000, then I mean,
We better check our
Wow.
We can all do our best
scanner.
Vegeta impressions.
right. Hey, here's a question for you, Hajin. How about the life
Yes.
and death in the lower left? Someone in the
Oh,
chat
that's.
just asked if black has any weaknesses in the lower
Mm,
left. I don't think so, but I'm only an amateur. I don't have the professional insight.
it's it's alive.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's alive. But if the black's corner is surrounded, white can have some good end game. But that's pretty much it.
Okay. So white can look forward to some endgame if he is able to save the B3 stone, and if black is certain that
Mm,
he's not.
right. Actually, if white can have H2 in center or like during the end game, then there white can make ko in A2.
A2 for that ko.
Yes. But H2 is not centered.
Right.
So
Hmm.
That's pretty safe.
Hmm. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your insight. I'm definitely gonna consider what those possible forcing moves or probes could do here, and I'm gonna definitely keep my eye on D13. See what'll happen. What do you think, guys? Should we break for dinner as well?
Yes, you should probably have dinner before Myungwan comes.
Oh man, that's hard work right there. I work up an appetite.
I should probably get back to my work as well.
That's right. You're on the clock. The IGF
Mm.
needs you. We need your help. All right, Hajin. Thank you so much for joining
All
us.
right.
Really great to
Thank
have
you.
you
It
here.
was fun to talk to you.
You want to? That's always great to talk to you. Thank you. You want to say anything to sign off?
Um,
Nah.
thank you, everyone. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. All right. You heard it here first.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll say something
Oh yeah.
in Korean.
Go for it.
Yes. 안녕하세요. 저 여기에 오후 2시부터 김명환 구단이 영어로 해설을 할 예정이고요. 지금까지는 여기 미국 바둑 협회에서 일하는 친구들이 그냥 이제 이 바둑과 다른 이런저런 상황에 대해서 편하게 이야기를 하는 시간을 가진 것이었습니다. 아무튼 감사드리고 나중에 또 뵐게요. Okay, that's good.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. All right, you heard it there. We're going to
감사합니다.
go on a little bit of a break. The players will be back in 55 minutes. We will be right here. We're not going anywhere. So in 55 minutes, Myungwon Kim will sign on. The players will come back. We're going to review this game from the very beginning. We'll try and get an understanding of just what has been happening because it's a little crazy. Let's be honest. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back soon. If you guys want to chat amongst yourselves, go nuts. This is the time. Once we do get back, we would like to ask that the chat stay in English as the broadcast will be an broadcast aimed at English-speaking Go audiences. So we'd love to be able to get those questions to Myungwon as we have them. On the other hand, you can just go nuts right now. That's fine. That's fine. We'll try not to do the 300 APM ban hammering. And we will be back in a little bit. See ya. Hello, everybody. I'm Andrew Jackson. If you're just joining us here, maybe you clicked this off the YouTube gaming page, maybe you found it off Twitch. This is the final game of the MLily Cup, Finals, MLily Cup 2015. It is the last game of a best of 5 series. The winner takes home $300,000. The two players, black is Ke Jie, the rising superstar out of China, and white is the Korean legend Sedol. Sedol, with his 18 international titles, definitely the crown, the crown prince, the legendary Sedol. He has been a professional for longer than Ke Jie has been alive, which is kind of amazing. These folks had one of the most incredible games I ever saw last night, and tonight so far we're looking to just the fight is set to explode here. So I'm really excited to see what happens. The players are on a lunch break right now. They will return at 9 o'clock. Also at 9 o'clock, Myungwon Kim, 9Dan Pro, will be providing English commentary on this game from the beginning. So at 9 o'clock p.m., join us. We'll see Myungwon Kim. I will take the stream down at 8:45. 8:45 stream will go down. We'll be back up in 15 minutes. So don't go anywhere. Hope you guys like it. In the meantime, definitely put in chat what your prediction for the next move is. Peter was saying he thinks K11 is going to be the move, but I don't know. It seems too crude. It's the first move I thought of, so it can't be right? Can't be. Anyway, Andrew Jackson from the American Go Association. I'll be joined by Myungwon Kim, 9Dan Pro from the Korean Baduk Association with commentary. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're having trouble keeping up with the chat, you can also check us out on Twitch at USGO Web as well. And the games are on KGS. We can also find some accounts there. So it's great having y'all here. This has been kind of overwhelming. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to see who takes home the prize and the incredible bragging rights. China versus Korea. Ke Jie versus Sedol. We'll be back with commentary starting in half an hour. Right. Hello. You are just joining us. I'm Jackson. You're watching MLily Cup, the final game. The players still on lunch break. They'll be back in 10 minutes. This game decides the winner. $300,000, at least 300. Not to mention major international bragging rights. Thank you all for watching us. What's going to happen? We're going to take the stream down and we're going to start it again in 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes we will be back. But right now we're going to take the stream down. It's going to make a nice break in the archives. It's going to cut the video up and make it easier for folks to find just the game with Myung commentary. That's Kim Myung-won, 9-dan professional from the Korean Baduk Association. He'll be here in 10 minutes, give or take, assuming he's not stuck in traffic. He is in Los Angeles, a place where traffic happens. A place where traffic is basically a fact of life and a force of nature. So, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. I can't wait to see where White's next move is. See you soon.